Vince Young is broke. At least there are reports alleging that he's broke, and a few publications talked about some of the ridiculous things that he has spent his money on. Now, I don't know if these allegations are true. I just think that they're fun. So let's list
They're
them.
definitely fun. There's no question.
You don't believe some of these?
Totally, not even a
Really?
little. He was the second player taken in the draft, I believe. Is that right? I think.
Yeah, that's right. And Reggie Bush went third, right? And Mario Williams went first.
I think, so maybe Young went later. I'll have to look at it. Anyway,
He went either number 2 or 3 because Mario Williams was first.
Very high pick of the Tennessee Titans. He won the Heisman Trophy at Texas, the biggest award for college football, and he had a game that you, as a non-sports fan, might have even been aware of when Texas played USC for the national championship here in LA, and it was like a big upset. Texas won the game, and Vince Young played great.
Were there riots?
There were no riots, but it made him a hero to me because he beat USC all by himself.
Now, I always liked Vince Young, and I always thought he was going to be a winner, mainly based on that game, because he just was so phenomenal and had a winning spirit. And then I thought he actually had a nice beginning to his Titans career.
He did, yeah.
And then turned into a disaster, right? Although I still secretly believe in him. But he's going to have to make some sort of massive comeback. And apparently he needs to, because listen to what he spent his money on.
All right, so apparently he spent about $30 million on ridiculous things, such as the following. $600 shots of some ridiculous alcohol.
$600 a shot.
Yeah, a shot.
Nothing tastes that good.
No, of course not. That's just
Yeah,
being
so
an
he was
asshole.
like, so he bought, yeah, right. So he was buying $600 shots for him and his buddies.
$6,000 at TGI Fridays. I
No
don't,
fucking way.
like,
You can't spend $6,000 at TGI Fridays.
I think Vince Young could. I believe in him. He's a winner. He beat USC.
By the
He
way-
can spend $6,000.
By the way, TGI Fridays, underrated.
Oh, totally. It's much better than the other, like,
Yeah, right.
the Ruby Tuesdays and the Applebee's of the world.
Ruby Tuesdays has redone
No.
themselves, and they have.
Okay, I haven't been there in a while,
Yeah.
but I love TGI Fridays. I really do.
Ruby Tuesdays should not be included in that.
If I could, I would spend $6,000 at TGI Fridays over the course of a year.
$6,000 at TGI
that's why I
Fridays.
kind of don't buy it. Like, I don't know how that's even possible.
I
Anyway,
hope that next one is true because it's so awesome.
bought every ticket on a Southwest flight to be by himself. That I don't believe at all.
Thank you.
because
Right,
then
yeah.
just freaking get on a private jet. It's
Yeah.
going to be cheaper.
Yeah,
No, but he's not going to figure that out. He's going to be like, I don't know, dude. And he's a head case. Remember, that's his number one problem in football is that he's got these weird issues and he wants to be alone. I believe that one more than I believe the others.
he vanished for a while, and there were some issues about whether he has depression and so forth.
Yeah. So
he,
I can believe that he would be like stupid enough to be like, I don't know. I need to go on that flight. Just buy every ticket on.
Yeah,
I could see it.
Who would buy who want to be alone? And he went on Southwest.
Yeah, exactly.
But the great irony of that is Southwest doesn't have a first class.
I know.
So you have the whole plane, but you're still not in first class.
Also, but here's why that can't be true. How do you, like, to get every seat on a plane, you'd have to buy the ticket. Like, you'd have to be like, I'm going to want to be alone on March 17th, 2014.
Exactly.
That's a great
point.
bullshit call. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, there might be a way, but give me more.
All right, $5,000 a week at Cheesecake Factory. Come
No,
on.
Well, here's the problem with the TGI Friday and Cheesecake Factory thing. He would be 800 pounds by now. I know he goes with friends, obviously, right? But
JR says that he's put on some weight.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I mean, that picture right there, he's not even wearing shoulder pads or anything. So,
no, look at that, though. Okay, so he looks to be in shape.
yeah.
All right.
Are those recent, though?
He must have liked that. There was no one else at the game.
yeah.
That's awesome, yeah.
But he's here.
I like
There's
how
all.
he's not even in this picture.
I know, yeah.
He's up there.
Like, what does that picture prove? He was once at some restaurant somewhere where people were having a good time. That Vince Young.
Okay.
All right. He also supposedly spent, he bought 75 shots of Patron in 30
No,
minutes.
maybe that's what I was thinking of tequila, so maybe Louis the 13th is something else, yeah.
This shows you how uncool we are.
He was
Here's-
buying, but he was like buying, so he buys stuff, he like buying stuff for the bar.
And of course, he did the boneheaded thing of starting his own steakhouse.
Do you know how
Right.
far we
That's
are
totally
from,
true.
Right, and that of course is where you start getting into where the $30 million go. Because I'm like, okay, you spend $5,000 a week at Cheesecake Factory. I mean, that's a tremendous amount of money, obviously. But first of all, it wasn't forever, and you're still not getting me to $30 million.
Right. But Vince Young Steakhouse and losing probably a couple million on that. Now we're getting closer.
Right. So I think that's about it. That's all that we have listed. But let's talk about what probably really happened. It's the bad investments and the obligation to take care of everyone around you, right? That's what happens with a lot of celebrities. When they strike it rich, especially people who are in the sports industry, they feel obligated to take care of everyone.
Yeah. I feel that if I was a professional athlete, I would be saying this sentence a lot. Yeah, sad day for you.
I don't believe you, though. I don't believe you.
No, I hear you, but you got to draw the line, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, every time I went to Cheesecake Factory, if I had that kind of money, I'd buy dinner for whoever I was with.
Definitely.
Every time.
Definitely.
Every single time. I would always buy dinner. And then you want the other people to do the nice thing occasionally where they buy breakfast a couple times. You know,
yeah.
they buy the $28
I don't even believe
breakfast.
that. I don't even. If I got $30 million, I'm buying every meal.
Yeah, no,
right?
I got it.
And I'm not buying you $600 shots.
I'm
but
not buying-
we're at Cheesecake Factory. I'm buying the meal. We're not having a
But I don't
conversation.
need
It's
to buy-
ridiculous.
But we don't need to buy the meals for strangers.
No, hell no. You want to do a shot at a bar once because you got $30 million and you want to buy the whole bar shot once. Have at it, Hoss. That's fun, right? Not $600 shots, not every day, okay? But what I'm saying is, I have a friend.
I hope he slept with a lot of these women.
Yeah, I hope to God he did, and we get some money's worth. Anyway, I have a friend who became wealthy, and what winds up happening is people keep asking for more and more, and it goes from oh my God, my aunt's about to die of cancer, you're the only person who could save her life, to oh my God, my daughter needs plastic surgery for her nose because it's just a little too large, and you would really be saving her life, to oh my God, I've got a great investment. It's in New Orleans, inflatable rafts underneath your couch in case it floods.
Like an airplane seat.
Yeah,
Right.
and then so it can float, and you'll be. By the way,
totally.
I'm not making that up.
I know.
That was an actual athlete who invested $500,000 in that business. They sold 3 rafts. Well, you wonder why people target athletes, because it's the best ratio of incredible money to most likely to be a dumbass.
Right.
So they got a big sign on them saying, "Come rob me."
And they get the
by
money.
the way, Vince Young scored one of the worst scores in history for that
That Wonderlic test.